And that is the mystical artifact they mentioned. It is the demon embryo that Hua Azure-Cloud sealed a few days ago. Dancing Moon immediately chose to go with them to find the mystical artifact. On the other hand, Hua Azure-Cloud showed no interest in this. After all, it was not easy for her to take a vacation. She would rather spend this time sleeping in the city. Perhaps she could finish reading the latest volume of Girl Cultivator. He then said goodbye and left. Dancing Moon looked unhappy as he watched Hua Azure-Cloud leave. Don't worry, he will definitely come back to us. At the same time, the patriarch of the demonic sect has found the demon embryo sealed by Hua Azure-Cloud, and he will definitely retrieve the Crimson Infernal weapon. Settle the old scores once and for all. He is a hidden big shot who loves reading novels. This is also his only little hobby in the immortal cultivation world. Didn't expect that. Our Hua Azure-Cloud was actually played by the girl again. There is a whole volume of hidden culprits in the book. It's about to be revealed soon. But the last page was secretly torn off by the girl. This is the first time someone has successfully angered Hua Azure-Cloud. At this moment, Dancing Moon has already arrived at Cloud Heart Mountain Range with a disciple from Cloud Heart Sect, facing the attacking fiend beast without any panic. After all, as the chief disciple of Phantom Heart Palace, she doesn't pay much attention to a mere small fiend beast. She uses her own illusion arts to play with this little kitty. While the disciples of Cloud Heart Sect are secretly launching a sneak attack from the side. They easily took away this fiend beast. The two younger brothers also greatly admire Dancing Moon. Ms. Moon, your mirror flower and moon water mystic art is really powerful. If the two of us were to confront this fiend beast on the Violet Mansion Stage 3 layer head-on, we would probably have to fight for half a day. Dancing Moon looks very pleased. After all, in terms of illusion art, even our hidden boss is no match for her. Soon, the three of them continued to set off to find the mystical artifact. Dancing Moon started to complain. We've been in the Cloud Heart Mountain Range for almost half an hour. Is the mystical artifact really here? The disciple from Cloud Heart Sect is sure that it's less than 100 feet ahead. They will soon reach the place where the red light is. But little do they know that the patriarch of the demonic sect has already found the demon embryo. At this moment, he is in the process of deciphering the seal left behind by Hua Azure-Cloud. And just as the demonic sect patriarch was diligently unraveling the seal, he suddenly noticed a fluctuation in spiritual power not far away. It turned out that there were two disciples from Cloud Heart Sect and a female cultivator nearby. If they were to discover the demon embryo and inform Cloud Heart City, it would be troublesome. Among the three individuals, the one with the highest cultivation level is at the Violet Mansion Stage 3 layer. Considering that they are sect disciples, they may have some treasures on them. Using a blood puppet for disposal might not be clean. For safety reasons, he took out the mystic artifact he had prepared in advance. The demonic sect patriarch then summoned the demonic spirit from the bell. He ordered the demonic spirit to bring back all of these sect cultivators. They brought 3 live sacrifices to the door themselves. We can't let them go to waste. At the same time, inside a tea house in Cloud Heart City, our Hua Azure-Cloud is leisurely enjoying tea and reading a limited edition novel. Unconsciously, he has almost finished reading this volume. The mastermind behind the whole volume is hidden. It will be revealed soon. Excited heart, trembling hands. But when he turned to the last page, he was stunned. Do you want to know who the murderer is? You stinky girl. You're really something, damn it. Hua Azure-Cloud, who was provoked, flew directly towards Cloud Heart Mountain Range. He is determined to catch Dancing Moon and snatch back the final page of the novel. On the other side, as the three of them ventured deeper into the forest, they found it becoming increasingly decayed inside. And Dancing Moon also felt like something was constantly staring at her from behind. It should not be discovered by Hua Azure-Cloud that I was lying to him. He might be silently cursing me in his heart, right? Soon, the three of them noticed the issue. It seems like something is rapidly approaching. Before the words had even fallen, Whiterun of Cloud Hart-Just Sect was mercilessly struck down. Dark Cloud quickly stepped forward to take a look. "Junior brother, how are you feeling? Be careful, that dark shadow is coming towards you." Dark Cloud was attacked by the dark shadow before he could react. At this moment, only Dancing Moon is quivering on the side, at a loss as to what to do. Who is it who is pretending to be mysterious and tricky? As expected, Dancing Moon also couldn't escape the fate of being knocked down by the dark shadow in the tiger's mouth. This is the outcome of their ignorance and arrogance. Such a cute divine beast, Protagonist. She was actually trampled on and viciously beaten by people from the demonic sect. And this experience of being oppressed and exploited, Hua Azure-Cloud can deeply relate to. Today, let me redeem you and set you free. And Hua Azure-Cloud also became the most beautiful light in his heart. He was searching for the hidden culprit of the last page torn by the little sister. Hua Azure-Cloud came alone to Cloudheart Mountain Range. Just now, they could still feel the burst of spiritual power, but now it has suddenly disappeared without a trace. And there are no traces of any battle in the forest. They couldn't have been taken out with just one move, could they? At this moment, Hua Azure-Cloud is still pondering who could have done it. But since they've come, they must find the torn page and the hidden culprit on the last page. Afterwards, he released his spiritual intention to perceive the movements around him. There seems to be something hidden in the wind. A gust of purple gloomy wind rushed towards Hua Azure-Cloud. Just a glance from Hua Azure-Cloud. He stopped this hidden aura. Who are you really? What do you want to do? As the purple gloomy wind slowly dissipates, a lovely little girl with 3 horns on her forehead appears in front of Hua Azure-Cloud, holding a silver needle. At this moment, she is shivering, with her eyes moist. Hua Azure-Cloud noticed the situation. So she spoke up and asked, "Can't you speak, little one?" The little one nodded quickly in response. Hua Azure-Cloud asked him whether the 3 cultivators, who were just defeated by him here, are still alive. "In that case, take me to find them quickly. That way, I won't punish you." Just as the words fell, a bell sound rang out. The little one's head instantly throbbed with pain. She hurried back in tears. Hua Azure-Cloud sensed something was wrong. The bell sound just now seemed to be the spirit commanding bell. Beloved Master once said, "This is a technique that seals living souls in bells and inflicts them with a sinister curse." I didn't expect someone would actually do such a despicable thing to such a cute little one. It's truly outrageous. It seems that this is the doing of someone from the demonic sect again. The 3 people from Dancing Moon at this moment are being hung high by the patriarch of the demonic sect to provide blood for the demon embryo. Why did she stay out for so long this time and still couldn't capture that newly arrived cultivator? Is that guy so difficult to deal with? You are the divine beast Protagonist after all. Could it be that you want to take the opportunity to escape? If you have the intention to escape, Patriarch, I have over 100 ways to make you wish you were dead. Then ask little one where that cultivator is now. He wants to personally catch him. Just then, the voice of Hua Azure-Cloud suddenly sounded. Patriarch, there's no need for you to take action. Here I am. At this moment, Hua Azure-Cloud is standing in the air. It turns out to be Evil Cloud Patriarch, whom I crippled before. I didn't expect you to reconstruct your body in just a few days. You must have had help from a master. Evil Cloud Patriarch realized that the incoming person was his archenemy. Without saying a word, he immediately took action. But such an unskilled attack. Hua Azure-Cloud raised his hand and easily blocked it. I said, Patriarch, why are you still so weak? Patriarch sees that he is no match for Hua Azure-Cloud, so he uses the spirit commanding bell in his hand to command little Dowdu to attack. What awaits him is the fury of Hua Azure-Cloud. He not only directly cut off his arm. Even this damn bell was smashed to pieces by Hua Azure-Cloud. So you, this little guy, are called Protagonist. From now on, you don't have to be their puppet anymore. You are free. Just as the little one was about to fly into Hua Azure-Cloud's arms. But she was once again threatened by evil Cloud Patriarch. Even without the spirit commanding bell, you cannot disobey my orders. Otherwise, that adult will definitely not let you off. The harshest words invite the fiercest beatings. This applies to people like you. You can go home now. Don't worry, leave it to me to handle things here. And Hua Azure-Cloud. He also became the most beautiful light in her eyes. Under the rage, evil Cloud Patriarch triggered the Blood Abyss Hell summoning formation. He actually summoned the remnant shadow of the Demon King. The remnant shadow of the Demon King plans to kill Hua Azure-Cloud. A mere ant still needs this king to take action personally. Just seeing him throw a punch towards Hua Azure-Cloud. Hua Azure-Cloud slowly drew out the long sword in his hand. With just one move, he destroyed the remnants of the so-called Demon King. Human, you are strong. Unfortunately, I am sealed by the celestial Tao of this realm, and can only unleash 1/5 of my power. One day, I will personally come to this realm and battle with you. Remember my name. My name is... I'm sorry. I do not wish to know. He is the strongest hidden boss in the immortal cultivation world. He is enslaved to redeem the divine beast Profound Een. He did not hesitate to be injured by the demonic sect patriarch. Unfortunately, he could only release part of the seal again. Today, let me do it. I will send this person from the demonic sect to the west. Hua Azure-Cloud raised his hand and instantly killed the Demon King summoned by evil Cloud Patriarch. Next up is evil Cloud Patriarch. Hua Azure-Cloud is not going to let him off this time. Evil Cloud Patriarch was so scared that he quickly begged for mercy. Wait, I'm not ready yet. Only to see Hua Azure-Cloud condensing sword chi at his fingertips. The next second, the sword chi blasted towards evil Cloud Patriarch. After a loud explosion, Hua Azure-Cloud turned around handsomely. I'll be waiting for you, Ghost. When he looked at the 3 people lying on the ground. I have to say you guys are very unlucky. Just went out to find a treasure and ended up like this. You are lucky to meet me. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't even know how you died. Dancing Moon slowly opened her eyes. She didn't expect that it was Hua Azure-Cloud who saved her. Hua Azure-Cloud told her not to worry. She just had some spiritual power drawn out and needed to rest for a while. He was just about to take her back to the city to rest when he noticed something unusual behind him. It turned out that the previous demon weapon had broken free from its seal. The demon weapon swiftly dove into the ground with a swoosh. As the red blood slowly dissipated, only to see evil Cloud Patriarch, holding the crimson infernal weapon, displaying his power once again. He was just a hair away from being able to defeat evil Cloud Patriarch in one blow. It turns out that at the moment when he was hit just now, evil Cloud Patriarch unleashed his final mystic artifact. This caused his cultivation level to skyrocket, blocking the attack. Hua Azure-Cloud looked at him with a disdainful expression on his face. Although I'm not sure what your situation is, if one sword strike is not enough, then I will try another. Then another sword chi struck towards it quickly. But with his cultivation level soaring and wielding a demon weapon, the evil Cloud Patriarch easily blocked Hua Azure-Cloud's attacks. The Patriarch then counterattacked with a move as a return gesture. Hua Azure-Cloud quickly pushed away Dancing Moon and the other 2 upon seeing the situation. He drew his sword to block the incoming attack. Hua Azure-Cloud didn't understand. Just now, he was still the evil Cloud Patriarch at the Violet Mansion Stage 7 layer, but now he has been promoted to the Immortal Ascension Stage 2 layer. Hua Azure-Cloud speculated. The reason for the massive increase in strength of the evil Cloud Patriarch should be the ancient mystical artifact Jade of Ascension on his forehead. The ancient records once stated that millions of years ago, someone picked up this Jade of Ascension and activated it with spiritual power, causing their cultivation level to soar, eventually becoming a supreme being dominating all. However, Just 5 years later, the Supreme Being's lifespan depleted and perished. Anyone who obtains the Jade of Ascension undoubtedly does not escape being drained of blood essence and dies. Although Hua Azure-Cloud is unaware of how the Jade of Ascension came into his possession. When someone gains extraordinary power by any means, they often pay a corresponding price. He took out the spiritual mirror and threw it to Evil Cloud Patriarch. Take a look at your current appearance. Don't be deceived by illusions. The Evil Cloud Patriarch in the spiritual mirror looks like a weak old man at this moment. He clearly still has at least 800 years of lifespan. But now he has turned into this ghostly appearance. The ancient mystical artifact is nothing but a demon that drains your lifespan. At this moment, the Evil Cloud Patriarch is still fantasizing. As long as he can bring back the demon embryo, that senior will definitely bestow Dan pills to restore lifespan. By then, with the support of the Jade of Ascension, he will surely surpass this world. Hua Azure-Cloud did not expect that the Jade of Ascension could also control people's minds. It truly deserves its reputation as an ancient evil item. Hua Azure-Cloud faced the incoming attack. Hua Azure-Cloud drew the long sword from his waist and blocked with a move called Sword Draw Style. Unexpectedly, he failed to block and was injured by it. I didn't expect it to be the power of Immortal Ascension Stage 5 layer. This time, I was really careless. Unfortunately, he had to untie his clothes and was planning to tear off the seal. The little one who was saved by Hua Azure-Cloud before actually overcame the fear in his heart and reached out to help. Little one, didn't I tell you to leave? And at this moment, Evil Cloud Patriarch seized the opportunity and launched an attack at the distracted Hua Azure-Cloud. However, at this time, Hua Azure-Cloud's seal had not been able to be removed yet. Just at this critical moment, Dancing Moon appeared in time. Using her mystic art, Mirror Flower and Moon Water, she saved Hua Azure-Cloud. The enraged Evil Cloud Patriarch glared fiercely at Dancing Moon. Then he turned his spear towards her. Just then, a powerful spiritual power emerged. Dancing Moon looked shocked. At this moment, Hua Azure-Cloud stood upright in the air. He exudes a powerful aura. And this is only 1,000th of his sealed strength. But this is already enough. Unlock the seal on Hua Azure-Cloud's 3,000 strands of blue hair. Like a god descending to earth. The phantom of Tsang Long that appeared behind him is terrifying. His terrifying gaze sends shivers down the spine. He faces the demonic sect patriarch at the Immortal Ascension Stage 5th layer cultivation level. Hua Azure-Cloud only used 2 fingers to easily block the attack. He used a move called Tsang Long Sword Technique to completely kill the demonic sect patriarch on the spot. Just now, Hua Azure-Cloud finally managed to unlock the seal at this critical moment. At this moment, it seems like the Evil Cloud Patriarch hasn't figured out the situation yet. Surprisingly, he took the initiative to attack. But the current Hua Azure-Cloud is not something he can withstand. He couldn't believe that the Hua Azure-Cloud who just got beaten up earlier could now effortlessly block his attacks. This also made Dancing Moon on the side regard Hua Azure-Cloud with more respect. It turns out this guy is so powerful. At this moment, the Evil Cloud Patriarch in front of him is like an ant. Dealing with you, this amount of spiritual power is already enough. Facing Hua Azure-Cloud's mockery, the Evil Cloud Patriarch directly flew into a rage. The outcome was already inevitable from the moment Hua Azure-Cloud lifted the seal. At this moment, Hua Azure-Cloud wielded a long sword. Surprisingly, a golden Tsang Long appeared behind him. Such a terrifying aura. It is not something that these ordinary people can contend with. Facing such an attack, Evil Cloud Patriarch has already given up struggling. In the end, everything vanished. There wasn't even a trace left of him. The crisis is finally averted. Hua Azure-Cloud dressed himself, sealing away his cultivation level once again. Dancing Moon looked at Hua Azure-Cloud, who had reverted back to Spirit Palace Stage 6 layer, with a curious expression on her face. And at this moment, these 2 treasures have become ownerless, floating in the air. Dancing Moon just glanced at the Jade of Ascension. She was trapped in an illusion, influenced by its magic. Fortunately, Hua Azure-Cloud arrived by her side in time. He put the Jade of Ascension into his storage pouch. Dancing Moon couldn't help but feel scared. Could it be that he was just bewitched a moment ago? Hua Azure-Cloud told her that this thing is very sinister. Be careful not to end up like evil Cloud Patriarch just now, having their lifespan drained. Just at this moment, the lovely Protagonist flew over this way. So you are the one who ambushed us back then. The little one quickly apologized, and Azure-Cloud hurriedly said to Dancing Moon, "Could you please not be so aggressive?" She, Protagonist, had no intention of harming anyone. She was just being controlled by the demonic sect's spirit commanding bell, and had no choice. Now that the spirit commanding bell has been destroyed, you are safe. You can relax and leave now. Be careful in the future. Don't let the enforcer capture you again. Looking at such a crying and pitiful little one, the old man couldn't help but shed tears too. Dancing Moon said that this little one is so talented. Hua Azure-Cloud could actually keep her. But in that case, what is the difference between us and those people from the demonic sect? This sentence made Dancing Moon admire Hua Azure-Cloud's character even more. If it were someone else, they might keep the spirit commanding bell as a weapon and carry profound aim with them. It seems I misunderstood you before. Since you misunderstood me, can you give me back the page torn by you? Indeed, novels are Hua Azure-Cloud's true love. In return for Hua Azure-Cloud's life-saving grace, Dancing Moon handed over the last page to him. Hua Azure-Cloud had a happy expression on his face. It was the page that had been torn off. Thanks to your timely intervention just now. Otherwise, it would have been troublesome. Please do not spread what happened today. Consider it as a token of gratitude. Also, please make sure Ms. Moon takes care of those 2 disciples from Cloud Heart Sect. I will take this item back to the sect first. Just as Hua Azure-Cloud was about to bring this crimson infernal weapon back to the sect, a giant hand suddenly appeared in the sky. You can't take away this crimson infernal weapon. Azure-Cloud Sword Sect, Hua Azure-Cloud, I remember you. Hua Azure-Cloud did not expect this. Just after exterminating the patriarch of a demonic sect at the Immortal Ascension stage, another evil cultivator appeared and took back the crimson infernal weapon. The powerful oppressive feeling just now also made Dancing Moon shiver in fear. Dancing Moon asked why he did not go after the weapon. First, that guy is very strong. Not easy to deal with. Second, retrieving the demon embryo's spear is not my task. The most important point is that it's my vacation time now. Of course, I need to hurry back to see it. The ending of the novel is more important. After saying that, he excused himself and left directly. Immediately afterwards, the little one followed closely behind, following Hua Azure-Cloud. Dancing Moon realized that Hua Azure-Cloud's strength is profound and unfathomable. Her character is good, and her appearance also fits her aesthetic. She is looking forward to the next meeting even more. He is a man who excels in slacking off and being lazy to the extreme. But he saved the dying beloved master and the divine beast Protagonist. He even risked revealing his identity twice to break the seal. Now all the big shots of the Immortal Sect are speculating on how powerful Hua Azure-Cloud really is. Is Azure-Cloud's hidden big shot identity about to be exposed? The 2 members of Cloud Heart Sect, who have been in a coma, are awakened by Dancing Moon with a slap. At this moment, the 2 of them look completely baffled. What exactly happened just now? How come the evil Cloud Patriarch is missing? Later, Dancing Moon revised the course of events and told the 2 of them. Disciples of Cloud Heart Sect only found out then that mystical artifact was actually a demon weapon. Hua Azure-Cloud and Dancing Moon were the ones who saved the 2 of them. I hope we can thank Hua Dao's friend in person at the Grand Assembly of Heaven's Chosen. Dancing Moon sends her greetings. What is the Grand Assembly of Heaven's Chosen? So, it turns out that every decade most of the Eastern powers join the Immortal Sect Alliance, and each major sect sends their own 5 chosen ones to compete and determine their rankings through battles. This is commonly referred to as the Grand Assembly of Heaven's Chosen. And the rankings of the Grand Assembly of Heaven's Chosen will determine the rankings of the sects, impacting the distribution of various resources afterwards. Dancing Moon looked very happy and expressed a desire to go and see the Grand Assembly of Heaven's Chosen to assess Phantom Heart Palace's strength and reputation. Of course, they are welcome to do so. In that case, she will be able to meet Hua Azure-Cloud in battle. It looks like I need to return to the sect. And over at Hua Azure-Cloud's place. He is rushing back non-stop to the Azure-Cloud Sword Sect at the moment, his expression serious. Who exactly is the person who just made a move? Unless he releases 1/3 of the sealed cultivation level himself, he won't be a match for him. Nowadays, the demonic sect is rampant. Even his beloved master has been ambushed and seriously injured. The demon embryo is a must-have treasure for the demonic sect. If he just acted to snatch back the demon embryo and bring it back to the sect. Not to mention exposing his own cultivation level, it will also attract an even greater crisis. After all, Hua Azure-Cloud is still counting on retiring in the Azure-Cloud Sword Sect. That's why he let that person just now go unpunished. And at this time, our little one also followed along. Just saw the little one pounce into Hua Azure-Cloud's arms in an instant. Hua Azure-Cloud looked at her pitiful appearance. Could it be that she has nowhere else to go and wants to follow him? Profound E nodded quickly. Tears welled up in the corners of her eyes. Hua Azure-Cloud offered to take her in. If she wants to leave in the future, she does not need to say goodbye. She can leave at any time. Hua Azure-Cloud did not expect to be just a common worker herself. He even managed to pick up a divine beast on his way home. On the other side, upon learning that Hall Master Ancient Feather was seriously injured, sect leader hurried over. He inquired about the extent of his injuries. Muhart Celestial Maiden informed him that Hall Master Ancient Feather has multiple shattered bones all over his body. His internal organs are also damaged. If they had returned half an hour later, even if it was an immortal descending to Earth, it would be difficult to save him. I have now used the heaven-restoring creation Dan to save his life. At this moment, Serene Sword is furious. He swore to demand an explanation from the Alliance. Soon, the leaders of each immortal sect gathered at the mystic domain of the Immortal Sect Alliance. Void Spiritual Sect leader Purple Shen Daoist spoke first. Brother Serene Sword, you used the lunar spiritual talisman to summon us all. What important matter do you have to discuss? Everyone, recently the demonic sect cultivators have been active on every continent. In my Azure-Cloud continent, a city was turned into a blood essence jewel by the demonic cloud sect cultivators. Furthermore, a demonic cloud sect elder successfully refined the demon embryo of the crimson infernal weapon. I think you all should know what this means. But who could have imagined it? The ancient Feather Hall Master, who was sent to deliver the blood essence jewel to the Alliance, was actually ambushed and seriously injured on the way. The blood essence jewel was robbed. Everyone was stunned to hear this. After all, Hua Azure-Cloud's beloved master is at least at the Immortal Ascension Stage 1 layer cultivation level, and is proficient in escaping technique, yet suffered such serious injuries. Supreme Void Sect leader Cloud Flowing also suspects that there is a spy within the Alliance. He then proposed that starting from today, each sect leader carefully investigate the situation of disciples left in their respective sects within the Alliance to prevent anyone from secretly colluding with the demonic sect. He also dispatched people to quickly investigate the clues of the attackers who ambushed Ancient Feather. Once a cultivator from the demonic sect is discovered, they will immediately inform the Alliance to besiege them. Speaking of the demonic sect cultivator, the sect leader of the Cloud Heart sect suddenly remembered just now. His sect's direct disciple had sent a message. They encountered the evil Cloud Patriarch in the Cloud Heart mountain range when their lives were in danger. The evil Cloud Patriarch, who was holding the ancient treasure, Jade of Ascension, actually exhausted his own lifespan. He was ultimately killed by the disciple of the Phantom Heart Palace, and a cultivator named Hua Azure-Cloud working together. When he heard the name Hua Azure-Cloud, Serene Sword was instantly unsettled. Who would have thought that the most popular novelist, the beloved master of Hua Azure-Cloud, turns out he is also a hidden big shot. Both of them are truly adept at concealing their identities as master and disciple. When Serene Sword found out that Hua Azure-Cloud was also involved, he was also dumbfounded when they teamed up to slay the evil Cloud Patriarch. Cloud Hart-Just sect leader seems to recognize this cultivator. Serene Sword then explained that in Azure-Cloud Sword Sect, there is indeed a direct disciple named Hua Azure-Cloud, but his cultivation level is only at Spirit Palace Stage 6 layer. Guessing that he might be on the side, assisting the disciple of Phantom Heart Palace. At this time, Star Sky sect leader Star Su proposed. Lately, the demonic sect has been active to prevent the upcoming danger. So he wants to make some rule changes at the upcoming Grand Assembly of Heaven's Chosen to motivate the growth of disciples from various sects. But many people are still hesitant. After all, since the Immortal Sect Alliance was established, the rules of the Grand Assembly of Heaven's Chosen have only been amended 3 times in the early stages, in order to get the approval of the leaders of various sects. The sect leader of Star Sky sect actually took out a treasure that made everyone present unable to refuse, as a reward for the top position in the Grand Assembly of Heaven's Chosen. On the other side, our Hua Azure-Cloud came to visit the beloved master with the finest tea leaves. He learned that the beloved master has been well taken care of recently, thanks to Muhart Celestial Maiden. Most of the beloved master's body has already recovered. Hua Azure-Cloud has a happy face. Then he took out the prepared tea leaves. These are the spiritual tea leaves that I have carefully nurtured, beloved master. And then add good quality spiritual spring water. Just 1 cup of spiritual tea with the benefits of restoring spiritual power and nourishing the meridians will do. Beloved master is sipping the spiritual tea hand brewed by his own disciple. Ancient Feather instantly felt that his injuries were completely healed. However, he still reminded Hua Azure-Cloud that if she could spend more time tending to these flowers and plants, she wouldn't be stuck at Spirit Palace Stage 6 layer and unable to progress. Just thinking about it, it's been a long time since I've leveled up my cultivation level. Reluctantly, Hua Azure-Cloud decided to release some spiritual power. So, she raised her cultivation level to Spirit Palace Stage 8 layer. Seeing that her obedient disciple has finally improved her strength, Ancient Feather is very pleased. But the next second, she felt that something seemed amiss. Because this seems to be about distance. Hua Azure-Cloud broke through to the Spirit Palace Stage 6 layer 5 years ago. How long have you, junior sister you, been cultivating? Now you have already entered the Violet Mansion stage. Hua Azure-Cloud could only respond perfunctorily when he saw the situation. He did not intend to take advantage of the situation to slip away. However, he was stopped by beloved master. He inquired about this sudden departure, being attacked heavily by the demonic Cloud sect leader, nearly losing his life. You were at the birthday banquet at that time. The jade pendant you gave him blocked the fatal attack. Then suddenly, a sword light came out of nowhere, cutting and severely injuring Baxiang Ancient Feather. At this point, there was serious suspicion that his disciple seemed to be hiding his cultivation level. Hua Azure-Cloud felt that something was not right when she saw this. Could it be that she has been discovered by her beloved master? So he awkwardly tried to explain. If he had hidden his cultivation level, could he really have fooled both him and the sect leader? Ancient Feather thought that seemed to be the case. After all, Hua Azure-Cloud was someone he personally watched enter the sect. With his intelligence, indeed, he couldn't have come up with such a brilliant idea of deceiving everyone. He then continued to inquire about the matter of the jade pendant. Hua Azure-Cloud then said that he bought it for 20 spiritual stones at a roadside stall. At that time, he sensed that the jade pendant had an extraordinary aura, indicating that it was a precious item. That's why he gave it to beloved master as a birthday gift. It turns out that beloved master believed all of Hua Azure-Cloud's nonsense. Hua Azure-Cloud felt embarrassed. How come beloved master seems not very smart? Just as Hua Azure-Cloud was pondering this, Ancient Feather called out to him. When Hua Azure-Cloud turned his head to look, he found Ancient Feather's palm nearly slapping him in the face. Hua Azure-Cloud was stunned. Do people these days all like to break the rules? Ancient Feather explained that even though Hua Azure-Cloud has broken through to the 8th layer of the Spirit Palace, his reactions are still somewhat lacking. Actually, he just wanted to suddenly make a move and test it out. Whether Hua Azure-Cloud really has a hidden cultivation level or not is still uncertain. Just at that moment, the novel in Hua Azure-Cloud's arms unexpectedly fell down. It's a strange coincidence that the novel fell onto beloved master's bed. When Ancient Feather saw this thing, it seemed somewhat familiar. Hua Azure-Cloud was startled and quickly picked it up and put it into their pocket. Beloved master, this is a small pastime of disciple on regular days. Ancient Feather could only helplessly wave their hand, signaling for the other person to step back first. Before leaving, he did not forget to instruct Hua Azure-Cloud to prioritize cultivate in everything. It would be better to read fewer leisure books. Hua Azure-Cloud did not expect that this time the beloved master did not scold him. In fact, what he didn't know was that his beloved master was the author of the novel. I didn't expect my disciple to have such good taste. He actually read the book I wrote. And he even read the limited edition signed copy. It seems that he went to Cloud Heart City to buy books during his vacation. However, it's better to keep this matter hidden for now. He is a hidden powerhouse who can resolve battles with just a flick of sword chi. But he is eager to slack off and revert back to being an inner disciple. But today, the beloved master unexpectedly revealed his true identity as a novel author. Let them strive to cultivate and strive to achieve a top 20 ranking during the sect's major competition. Otherwise, he will kill off the female lead little junior sister in the book. One side is their cherished slacking off life. On the other side is the unpublished original manuscript and little junior sister. How should he choose in the end? Now the rules of the Grand Assembly of Heaven's Chosen have changed. The Hall Masters of the Azure-Cloud Sword Sect have gathered together. The Hall Master of Wind Spirit Hall is confused. In the past, the Grand Assembly of Heaven's Chosen emphasized stopping at martial arts exchanges. Could it be that this time they really intend to fight to the death? Serene Sword tells them. This is to test the disciples' ability to respond in a crisis. It was decided after a vote by the 10 sect leaders. Cancel the rule that prohibits harming human lives. All cultivators must make a life and death vow before battle. After the battle begins, the elders from each sect will stand guard on the side. However, if there are injuries or casualties, the sect involved must not act out of anger. Upon hearing the latest rules, all Hall Masters present were extremely surprised. The Hall Master of Blue Moon Hall believes that disciples who participate in the Grand Assembly of Heaven's Chosen are undoubtedly not the sect's geniuses. It would be a loss if something unexpected happened. Serene Sword actually also understands that everyone's concerns are not without reason. But now the demonic sect is becoming more active. In order for the sect disciples to be able to respond to the crisis as soon as possible in the future, they must be trained and grow quickly. Later on, Serene Sword even revealed the reward for this first place, which is prepared by the host, the Star Sky sect. It is the key to the tomb of the last Jade Dust Heavenly Emperor. All the Hall Masters were shocked upon hearing this. It is rumored that 5 million years ago, after the passing of the first person in the Qingyun realm, the Jade Dust Heavenly Emperor, he left behind countless superior cultivation techniques and martial arts. Descendants later found his tomb in the Ninefold Abyss Sea, containing extremely terrifying restrictions. To open it, you need to collect 5 key fragments. Up to now, 4 key fragments have been found. If they can obtain this last key fragment, the Azure-Cloud Sword Sect will be able to enter the tomb of the Sky Emperor and get a share of the benefits. In order to take the lead, Serene Sword announced that Azure-Cloud Sword Sect will start the sect competition in 1 week. The upcoming sect competition will make the already intense internal competition within Azure-Cloud Sword Sect even more intense. The top 5 winners of this competition will not only receive generous rewards, but also represent the sect in the grand assembly of Heaven's Chosen. Only our Hua Azure-Cloud is still slacking off under the tree. At this moment, Wei Ran's little junior brother suddenly appeared, only to see little junior brother looking at Hua Azure-Cloud with a happy face. Then he said confidently, "Senior brother Hua taught him sword moves before. He has already mastered them." And he also brought a very useful message to Hua Azure-Cloud. That is the top 3 of the inner disciples. They can challenge the direct disciples, and if successful, they can replace them. Hua Azure-Cloud said that if they are defeated by an inner disciple, it would be logical to then remove their status as a direct disciple. In the future, their 9-to-5 life will only become more and more relaxed. At this moment, Ancient Feather uses a voice transmission token to instruct Hua Azure-Cloud to come back quickly. And Ancient Feather has set a strict rule for Hua Azure-Cloud regarding this sect grand competition. That is, to achieve a top 20 ranking in this sect grand competition. Hua Azure-Cloud flatly refused upon hearing this, saying it's absolutely impossible. "Beloved Master, if I really had that ability, how could I still be bottom of the barrel until now?" Ancient Feather exposed Hua Azure-Cloud's lies at this moment. "Back in the day, you defeated your opponent with just a flick of your sword chi on the broadcasting stage. The sword Tao contained within is no less than any direct disciple. At this moment, Hua Azure-Cloud is extremely regretful. Shouldn't have acted recklessly in the first place. Didn't expect that even with less than 1/10 of his power, he could be so terrifying." Hua Azure-Cloud, upon seeing the situation, hurriedly explained that the sword strike was purely accidental. "Beloved Master, I really can't do it." Ancient Feather then took out his ace card at the sight of this. He slammed the novel on the table fiercely. Hua Azure-Cloud did not expect that. Beloved Master actually looks at this kind of thing behind people's backs. But when he saw the author's signature, further Ancient Feather. At this moment, he finally guessed. This novel was written by Beloved Master. Hua Azure-Cloud was stunned. The author of his favorite novel turned out to be his closest beloved master. Ancient Feather then took out the unreleased manuscript of the 12th volume. At this moment, Hua Azure-Cloud finally realized. Beloved Master told him about this matter. Could it be that Wei let him achieve a ranking within the top 20? Sure enough, Beloved Master said. If Hua Azure-Cloud didn't make it to the top 20. If the female lead, little junior sister in the book, will be killed off by Beloved Master. The novel will end here. A prominent hidden expert unexpectedly has a day when they are at someone's mercy. He wanted to see the unpublished early draft of the novel and illustrations in advance. The hidden expert, who has been slacking off all along, has finally agreed to Beloved Master's request. Hua Azure-Cloud, threatened by Beloved Master, looked speechless. Little junior sister is his favorite character in the book. Beloved Master.